Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We're focusing in on what is the essence of a toxic relationship with a narcissist. Toxicity means when the relationship is just extremely poisoned. It has become lethal. It has become uncomfortable. It has become based on a lot of anger, hatred, resentment, and really promulgates many conflicts in the relationship and lives of both individuals. And toxicity is often based on negative and hurtful feelings and the emotional manipulation. And as you can see, toxicity oftentimes is based on one trying to control the other. And individuals are born with a free will. Individuals are they're born with a personality, and it's based in your own individual experience. You have your senses in order to discover your own world, discover your own perception, and furthermore synthesize these into your own creative expression as an individual. So the things that you see, as they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The things that you hear, things that might be music to your ears are not music to another's ears. Just like with taste, food might be healthy, nourishing to you, but might be repulsive or horrible to another and not fit for eating or fit for their appetite. And just like also the sense of touch, what might feel good to you might not feel good to another. So as you understand, each individual is gifted with their own five senses with which they experience their environment, and they synthesize into their own feeling, opinion, viewpoint. And oftentimes a narcissist will not be able to appreciate or enjoy or be able to receive the viewpoints of another because they have a priority about themselves, which means excluding others. They will need to alienate others, oftentimes shut them down, or criticize for being stupid, nonsensical, that's worthless, that doesn't make any sense. They will just invalidate another's experience, even if it's based on truth, even if it's based on reality. They will be very likely to shoot it down or not listen. So oftentimes the narcissist is not a good listener because of this lack of empathy. And empathy means you're being able to understand the feelings, needs, wishes, opinions, viewpoints of another. You understand their hurt. You understand their anguish. You understand their joy. You're able to validate that to them. That is the experience of empathy. Now, the narcissist is not able to do that. They just don't care. They just do not care about other people in their world unless they are there to serve them. So they don't enrich their life. They don't enrich their viewpoint on life by hearing others' life stories, by hearing what they've been through, and then furthermore sharing their own. So not getting lost in the shuffle, if you will. But the narcissist, they really oftentimes will not be able to share. They will not have that emotional resonance with other people. So it does become toxic. It does become uncomfortable. It is oftentimes based on their anger, emotional manipulation, and other negative and hurtful feelings instead of mutual support. So as you can see, toxicity results in a lot of conflict. There's not a mutuality to it. There is a very one-sidedness. And the narcissist will always win. They will always have to be right. They live their life, in essence, with this conflict consciousness, where it is a battle to them. They will battle anybody, and the narcissists who won't battle, they will basically allow people to fall. And so rather than being supportive, they will permit others to fall, hurt themselves, be stuck, alienated, isolated, and without basically the support that you would expect to be natural from an individual if you were in a family or relationship or business partnership with them. So it makes it very difficult to deal with, and that becomes toxic. if you have anything uncomfortable that you need to discuss, a criticism, a constructive criticism, or please, allow me to do this, or please stop telling me what to do. These are in essence confrontations or negative feelings, and oftentimes the narcissist, because of their lack of empathy, just cannot or will not understand your viewpoint. It has no validity, it has no worth, it has no meaning to them. And as shocking as that sounds, if you're an individual with empathy and you are an individual who, enjoys others or is enriched by others, or, just is able to see others' viewpoints and integrate them into your understanding of reality, even if it's not your own, understanding the plight of another, understanding and appreciating the success of another, understanding and appreciating the hurts of another, that is empathy, that is compassion. And furthermore, empathy, generally gives one the ability to be mutually supportive of others. So a narcissist who is devoid of that, deficient of that, just does not exhibit that quality to their personality or to their relationships. So if you have bent over backwards for this individual to, basically set the relationship right, make things good for the record, come to closure, come on equal terms, all these different efforts that you might have been making for months, weeks, years, etc., and it's just not fitting in, is oftentimes attributed to the narcissist's lack of empathy, along with the priority that they have for themselves, period, end of story. So to try to make it simple, you can understand, why they do this. It's just how they are hardwired. And so you, as an empathetic individual, oftentimes you're a little bit more flexible, resilient, able to listen, able to be an active listener, able to understand and appreciate where others are coming from without losing yourself. Or maybe you're, extremely sensitive and empathetic, where you are prone to lose yourself when you're around others. So that can be, I find oftentimes that's the case with individuals who have become engulfed or enmeshed, that they just, end up losing themselves and their identity to this narcissist. In other words, their identity becomes kind of caught up with the identity of this individual. It's like, I am Mrs. So-and-so rather than I am me, or I am Mr. So-and-so rather than I am me. So this individual becomes kind of like a decoy or shield, or quote unquote who you are, which is not right or not healthy either. That becomes toxic, and oftentimes is due to a codependency or a void in your own life to be able to stand up for yourself. And if you haven't experienced that earlier in your life, it's you need to do that as an individual and learn how to do that while in relationships. So you oftentimes need to declare that on your own, in your own life independently, and then as you experience that, then you can bring those qualities and values and experience into the relationship, so you don't find yourself, faltering into the toxic enmeshment where, it's all about this individual, and then you're so caught up with them that they're like the face of you. I mean, you have to be the face of yourself. And not just, the narcissist, but the narcissist, the whole problem is that they will love to be the face of you. They won't allow you to have your own representation in the relationship. So for those individuals who have had that as an issue growing up, you can see where it can become a natural role for them to seek to kind of, hide behind others, or be that, be just so serving of this individual that they lose their own face in the relationship. So it's very important to catch this and create those boundaries and experience that in your life. So the toxicity can be, a very important thing to cleanse yourself and purify yourself. You are not meant to only serve this other individual. So I think that's kind of what a lot of the healing process is, to realize that your purpose in life, your life purpose is not to make this other person happy. Your life purpose in life is not to be responsible for the evolution of this individual. Even though the narcissist will make you feel that way, through enmeshment, through their love bombing, through the devaluing that causes you to work harder to maintain the relationship because of all you've invested, realize that your purpose in life is not to make them happy. Yes, you can be a good person to them and serve them and, be loving, kind, affectionate, generous, supportive, all those different qualities that make a wonderful relationship, but you are in the recipe. You are in the mix also, and your number one goal and your number one life purpose is to be able to express yourself, be yourself, and enjoy life and live really along the finer emotions of happiness, joy, bliss, peace, harmony, appreciation for life, gratitude, a coming together and an interdependence with people and that sense of humanity, and rather than enmeshment and engulfment and feeling like your whole life purpose is to satisfy and keep this other person happy, because that will become toxic. That will become lethal. That will become based on a lot of anger, hostility, and not mutual support or respect. And so if you find yourself in these situations, realize it's important for you to extract, get away from the toxic source in your life. Remove it from your life. Remove the images, the sounds, the feelings, the words, the flashbacks, because a lot of those do become very ingrained, and it becomes a source of anxiety and overwhelm. So going no contact from that toxic source is the number one really solution for you to engage in, and focus more so on your qualities, your health, what makes you happy, what makes you tick, and really focusing more on the I am. Possessing of the I am, possessing of your own energetic vibration, your I am. I am happy. I am content. I am focused. Focusing on your I ams and then following it up with that emotion and that vision for yourself that you seek for yourself outside of being validated from a negative validator, realizing that you have your own values and that it's important for you to acknowledge, become aware, embrace these, and act on these, rather than just being a source of support, of value for this other individual, because oftentimes you betray yourself in that process. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.